Welcome to CINEPRO, where we bring your favorite movies back to life with quick recaps, hidden details, and everything you missed. The movie begins with the police transferred a strange criminal to an isolated place to eliminate him. The prisoner is a huge and strong butcher who killed half of the prisoners who were imprisoned with him. The policeman told his girlfriend the story of the butcher. He was a normal prisoner and his body was thin and weak. There was a doctor who conducted experiments on the butcher and made him very strong, and he was no longer able to control him and said that the killer had become a monster and they had to get rid of him. Suddenly, they found that the killer freed himself and attacked them, killing them while they were standing by the car because the driver was looking for a place to find a bathroom. The driver was lost in the songs and didn't notice the killer. The killer killed him and day broke. The killer went to look for a place to hide in the forest and found a hideout underground or the beautiful pig mask. 5 girls arrived at the forest to celebrate their friend Kat's birthday. They got lost and couldn't find a phone signal. Kat was scared because of the legend of the pig man who kills people in the forest. Her sister Susan reassured her that the forest was safe and that the legend of the pig man wasn't real. The girls had to follow the map to reach the isolated cabin in the forest. The killer, in his hideout, was killing people when his assistant Hope arrived and told him that 5 girls had reached the forest and the killer had to hunt them. He asked him to store the human remains and keep them in the fridge. Hope wished that the killer wouldn't make any mistakes so that no one would suspect them. The killer was happy and ready for his new mission, while the girls were unsure of how to walk and saw the hunter Ben. They asked him about the location of Hope's cabin. He advised them not to go there because people disappear. Hope prevented him from leaving his land and threatened to kill him. The girls didn't care, thinking he was crazy and wouldn't let him ruin their celebrations. They found a phone signal, and they would find the cabin location on GPS. The killer loved the pig mask and didn't like his disfigured face, breaking all the mirrors. The girls arrived at the cabin and admired it, but they didn't find Hope. Kat was still worried about the legend, and also her ex-boyfriend Spencer. Kat thought she saw the pig killer. She reassured the girls that she was just hallucinating and hadn't seen anything. They found Hope, who welcomed them to the most beautiful and safest place in the forest. He told them that the forest was safe and that all the people who had come here felt happy. He was surprised to find only 5 of them because when Sue booked the cabin, she said they would be 8. They told Hope that their other friends would arrive soon, and the others were Riley and her boyfriend Bruce, along with Riley's sister Sarah in the car. The car broke down, and Bruce said the girls' cabin was nearby, and if they walked, they would reach it quickly. They couldn't find a phone signal and wouldn't be able to call the girls. Riley went to her sister Sarah, and they would leave the car and continue on foot. Sarah was excited that she might find something beautiful to draw in the forest. Hope told the girls that there was no phone signal there because the cabin was old and reassured them that there was a nearby office with a landline. If they needed any help, he would call the police himself and wished them a happy stay in the most beautiful place in the forest. Before he left, he wished Kat a happy birthday and was very impressed by her beauty, as she would turn 21 today. Bruce and Riley were walking when Sarah stopped because she saw something very beautiful in the forest and wanted to draw it. Riley said her sister would finish drawing in an hour and that she couldn't stop her because nothing could stop Sarah from drawing. So Bruce and Riley would explore the forest a bit before returning to Sarah. While they were alone, the killer attacked them and killed them, and he would go after Sarah. The girls began celebrating and were enjoying themselves. They reassured Kat that her happy life awaited her in the future. They assured her that the legend wasn't real and that she should celebrate with them. The killer was watching the girls, and they were unaware. Kat was still worried about the legend of the pig man and sensed that he was around her everywhere. She heard a voice while she was alone and thought it was her ex-boyfriend Spencer who used to hurt her. She discovered that the voice came from a poor young man who looked like he had been attacked by something dangerous. Hope called the police and reassured them that the forest had bears and pigs, and they were probably the ones who attacked the poor young man. The pigs and bears wouldn't reach them at the cabin due to their protection, and the police would take the young man to the hospital and wouldn't cause any problems. They would consider that a pig attacked the poor young man and injured him. The girls reassured him, and they continued their celebration. Kat was alone now. She had finished drawing and was surprised when she couldn't find her sister. She went to look for her and called out but got no response. She saw the killer and ran, dropping her drawing, which was of course the pig killer she admired. Sarah was walking and fell into a bear trap, and the killer cornered her and attacked her, knocking her out. While the girls were celebrating, Judy decided to tell them a story about the pig man that she would make up. She said she named him Piglet, and the pig would love Kat, and Kat would love him, living with him forever. But the pig would get angry one day and attack Kat, and he would hurt her to relieve his anger. Kat was upset and scared and walked away. Judy didn't care and went for a walk in the forest alone. In the forest, she found Ben, who warned her for the last time that she and the girls needed to leave because he was worried about Hope, who was talking about a strange pig in the forest. Kat doubted that Ben might be evil, and Susan appeared, asking Ben to leave and telling him she would call the police. Ben felt sorry for the girls and didn't want them to die, but he had to leave to save his own life. Judy went for a walk and found Sarah's drawing and worried about the rest of her friends. She found the killer's hideout, and when she entered, she found Sarah tied up and told her to hide because the killer would show up. Judy hid, and the killer appeared, attacked Sarah, and killed her. Judy took advantage of the killer being busy with Sarah and tried to escape, but the killer saw her, attacked her, and killed her. Susan went to her sister Kat and reassured her that she would always protect her, whether from Spencer or even from the legend of the Pig Man. Susan found work in the city, and when they left the forest, they would go to the city together. She promised her they would continue their lives happily together. Kat was happy, and Susan made her laugh and forget Judy's story. Hope, the corrupt one, was with Alex and Diana, and when they saw him, he told them he was going to the village. He wanted to reassure them if they needed anything from there. They asked him to leave, and Diana yelled at him, so he got angry and planned to take revenge on her. He left, and Diana left Alex alone and went to the bathroom. While in the bathroom, Hope took advantage of her being alone. He attacked her with an axe, killing her and cutting her up, and since the meat was important to him, he would store it and take the remains of Diana. Alex heard a noise, and Kat and Susan returned, all surprised by Judy's disappearance and the absence of Bruce, Riley, and Sarah. They would go to Hope's office to call the police because they weren't comfortable in the forest, and Alex would go look for Judy. When they got in the car, they discovered it was out of gas, and they would have to walk. Alex would look for Judy. Hope and the killer killed the poor young man who escaped from the killer, and Hope didn't want any more mistakes from the pig killer. He would go distract Alex to give the killer a chance to attack her. Alex was injured and tried to help her, asking her to look around, and the killer appeared, attacked her, and knocked her out. When Alex woke up, she found herself in the killer's hideout with Diana's head and tried to scream. He appeared and attacked her while he was mad and angry, killing Alex and continuing to assault her even after she died, and the butcher pig was furious. He killed Alex and continued to attack her even after she died. The butcher pig was very angry because of the experiments done on him and the attempts on him. The monster shows no mercy. Kat and Susan returned home and didn't find Hope. They found Ben and told him they wanted to leave, but their car had no gas. Ben's car was nearby, and Susan asked him to go get some gas because she didn't trust Ben and wouldn't ride with his car. When he left, the butcher appeared, and they ran quickly to the cabin. They found Ben, and he asked them to move away, then shot at the butcher, thinking he had killed him. Susan took Ben's weapon, suspecting he might be evil. They needed him to take them to his car so they could leave. The butcher would follow them, and when they reached Ben's car, Kat tied Ben's hands. They found Hope, who told them that Ben was crazy and was driving the reputation of the forest. All of this was because Ben refused to hunt there. The butcher appeared and attacked Ben, killing him. Hope took the weapon from Susan and shot her in the leg, injuring her. The girls ran, and Hope asked the butcher to continue hunting Kat and Susan. Susan wouldn't be able to run any further due to her leg injury, and she would delay Kat, asking her to escape and go out of the forest to report to the police. The butcher appeared, and Kat ran while the butcher captured Susan. Kat wouldn't leave her sister and reached the butcher's hideout. When the butcher left, Kat tried to free her sister but failed and sensed the butcher, so she ran. The butcher went to Susan and killed her. Kat saw a police car and called for help, telling them about the butcher pig who killed all her friends. The officer didn't care, as he already knew, because the officer and Hope were the butcher pig's brothers, helping him fend off humans and eating their flesh. The officer captured Kat and was going to return her to the butcher. Kat found herself in front of the crazy family with her friend's flesh. Hope presented Kat her sister Susan's leg to celebrate her birthday. Hope said that the butcher pig's doctor had given him a powerful substance that prevented the butcher from dying, and injuries didn't cause any harm to the strong butcher pig. The butcher loved Kat and wanted to marry her and have strong little piglets like their father. Hope, the madman, wanted to create an army of strong butchers to control the world. One of them approached Kat and she asked him to come closer. She freed herself and attacked him, killing him. Hope heard his scream and went to attack Kat to avenge his brother. Kat attacked Hope and killed him, taking his car keys to escape. When Kat got into the car, she saw the butcher behind her, took the opportunity, and ran over the butcher, leaving and escaping. But as he said, the butcher does not die, and injuries do not harm him. Kat couldn't leave the forest, and the car ran out of gas, so she had to continue on foot. The night was nice as she tried to find any car, and she found one and entered its owner's house to ask for help. The man, when he saw Cat and the blood, was terrified and left her with his weapon until he called the police, but the butcher appeared from behind and killed him. Cat found the car key and took it. While walking, she saw a deer, stopped the car, had an accident, and tried to escape, but the butcher appeared behind her. Cat ran from him, needing to eliminate him to avenge her friends. The butcher sensed her but couldn't find her as she misled him and attacked him, knocking him down. She took the axe from him and beheaded him, which was the only solution to stop the butcher pig monster. Cat's 21st birthday was not happy. It was filled with blood. If you liked today's video, don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel, and activate the bell to receive all new updates. See you in the next video.